Well, to go into our next segment, I did mention 2020, right?
You did.
So, in your humble opinion, what has 2020 taught you, brought you, made you think about?
Whew. 2020 has been an interesting one for sure. Um, there's two things that I think about, and the first one that I most recently shared in the previous episode. Well, I shared it in the most recent episode, but I also shared it in an Instagram post actually, like yesterday or today. I can't remember.
Mhm.
I found this art by somebody on Instagram. They had this really cool graphic art, and it said they're gonna do it anyways. And that was like huge. When I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, yeah." Like they're gonna do it anyways. And especially as I shared about my experience with online harassment and all of that last episode,
Mhm.
it was like a reminder of like, doesn't matter what I do, right? Because what I had done the last 5 years is little by little retrieve, retrieve, retract myself. I don't know, remove myself from
Remove.
social circles. Whether they were in person, particularly on social media, right? Like little by
Mhm.
little, I didn't have Snapchat, I didn't have Facebook, I didn't have Instagram, I didn't have just little by little, I didn't have anything.
Mhm.
And then little by little, I kind of like started coming back. And yeah, it's just a reminder that like it was clear that like this person's committed, like props to you, boo. Like
Right.
you've got commitment.
Dedication.
You could probably put the skill set to like something really productive and positive.
Work.
Right, like get yourself paid or something.
Right.
But no, they're gonna do it anyways, which is that
Mhm.
there's always gonna be a reason to to make something up or to try to make me feel some type of way or make other people feel some type of way about me.
Right.
And yeah, it was just a reminder that like shit's gonna happen. A whole pandemic happened, right?
Mhm.
Like so much happened. Like people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and for me, it was particularly this lesson that like this person was gonna do what they were gonna do. So I needed to just keep living my life, and that's what I've learned, right? That like
Yeah.
that time means nothing. I think we all learned that. Time can be so
There
subjective.
is the theory that, or a conspiracy theory that time is all just simulation.
Oh, I
Not even
believe
real.
it.
And I'm like, you know what? These
Mhm.
people are onto something. Like I'm not.
We're for sure onto something for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just learned to to just trust myself a little bit more, to trust the people around me
Mhm.
more. Right, like both with like information and with like my experiences. I did not share, and I still haven't shared like explicit details with a lot of people about what's been going on. So I just learned to do that, right? Like to trust more, and to like care less, and to just be more honest and more transparent, and remind myself that like I have a support system.
Yeah. I
And
have a phrase for you.
what's
You're
my
gonna sound like my mom here. It's not about what happens, it's about your reaction.
yes.
So
Hmm.
not about what happens,
Look at
but
mama dropping that.
you know,
Yeah,
that's really
yeah.
that,
So
honestly that's what it is.
yeah, that's my humble opinion on 2020. What is yours?
Okay, in my humble opinion, I think I put it on my little post for people to get to know about me, but it's definitely um, self-care is invaluable. It is truly important. And I've always heard that, oh, you can sleep when you die, or people think it's great to say I've worked 90-hour weeks. I worked 90 hour week this week or something else like that. And certain jobs that possibly is like a mandatory thing, but I feel like at the end of the day, work is work and it's gonna continue
Yeah.
without you. You might make it better, but it will proceed. And I think realizing how much if you give of yourself and not invest back into it or refill it back up again, that will essentially affect all of the areas of your life. And especially when it comes with the pandemic, with your health in
Mhm.
part two. So I just realized that when I have my self-care plan in action, in motion, when I take that time to meditate, to drink tea, to even put it on my diffuser with the oils, to light incense or light a candle, drink water, making sure that I drink water every day. And a day keeps the doctor away. Perfect. I'm glad you grabbed your water. Just want to make sure. It definitely
We are.
in my productivity and just everything, honestly. And also too that discovery is necessary to move forward, whether that is negative or positive. And because right now, when I was still dating and trying to figure out myself, before I decided to date again, I definitely realized some things about me, like I mentioned, are toxic tendencies. And I was a little disgusted in myself. I was looking at myself like, yuck, like, really? Really, Maria? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? And I'm glad I learned that stuff, and just honestly getting legitimate feedback, criticism from people that I cared about and loved, and I, asked their opinion on situations, or, they told me of situations that I've had with them, and they're like, no, I felt like this and there, I never told you this, I didn't feel comfortable, or,
Mm-hmm.
in arguments, that things, the words that may have hurt them, and I'm not realizing that. Yeah, and I realized like, yeah, I'm glad I now know, so I can be cautious moving forward, and also how to better choose words to communicate how I feel.
Right.
So yeah, that's definitely my humble opinion of 2020.
Humble opinion, yeah. Lots of lessons, lots of time potential, or not. I don't know.
Is it even time? What is it?
I don't even know. But I think when folks hear this episode, we are gonna be right in the cusp of entering a new year. So we definitely I feel like my family started making fun of the New Year, New Me saying. Like a couple of years ago, one of my cousins, like he like screamed that the entire like New Year's Eve party. So like now it's just like a, we just say it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like I wish I hadn't roasted it so much, because I actually want to embrace that this year.
That is me now. This is me.
If there's a year you want to have a new year, new me, it is 2021, because
right.
I don't think that there are many things from 2020 that we want to, carry on and drag with us. But
right. I will say though, I have a question for you. This is, I know it's not on our outline or agenda, but
wild here.
Yeah, we're getting wild off the cusp. What are 3 things in 2020, like good, awesome, amazing memories that you have from 2020? Like times, moments, whatever. What are 3?
3.